That's us with the thing. All right, check that out. Oh, is the NFL draft tonight?
Yeah, NFL draft is going on right now.
Shows you how out of touch with the NFL I am.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And what pick is this? We're in round 1, pick 3? Is that what that is?
I think so, yeah.
I don't even know who Hutchinson is.
That's the second pick. He was defensive end, I think, from Michigan.
Okay. All right.
So
I used to care about this so much.
Yeah, I did too.
I was way into the draft because I love college football, but I've been out of college football for a little bit too. With COVID, it just my keeping up with it was Mizzou, and that's about it. But I had no idea tonight was drafted. It was such a big deal.
Yep.
And I hated when they moved it to where they're doing like the first round's just tonight.
Yeah, just first round tonight, and then
the rest is all weekend or whatever.
They do, I think, 2 rounds tomorrow night, and then the rest on Saturday.
See, I hate that. I loved it when it was here goes Saturday, and you could just all day long. Throughout the day, you'd go do stuff. Like you'd watch the first round, but okay, I'm done with the first round.
Yep.
And then just kind of check in.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, how you doing?
All right, here, let's start with the beer because I've got a story about this.
Oh, we got a story about beer. Okay, hold on. What is it?
So this is from Main and Mill in, I always draw a blank of where they're at. They're in St. Louis.
Okay.
Festus.
Okay, so
this is their Negro League Celebration Series. It's the Satchel Paige beer.
Yeah.
They did 4 cans of it.
Okay.
Supposed to be out last week. I went to go get them.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't come in. There's a couple URLs on there, and one of them was supposed to have been purchased, and it wasn't.
Okay.
And I don't know if it got leaked or what, but someone bought it and turned it into an Asian porn site.
Oh, wow.
So they had to keep all the cans and relabel all of them.
What's the URL that you would take from Negro League beer?
I have no clue.
Click on this. Whoa, something's blurry.
Yeah.
Something's been blurred out.
That doesn't look like Satchel Paige.
Wow. So, okay.
Yeah.
That is a story behind that.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So, yeah, it's an American Pilsner.
I saw the KC, of course, Satchel Paige with KC Monarchs. I thought you picked this up when you were in Kansas City and you brought it home. That's what I thought you did.
Yeah, no, it's a local beer.
Okay.
Got it today.
Okay, cool.
I actually picked up another 4-pack just so I could have the cans.
All right, cool. And it's 5.5.
5.5?
Yeah.
Drinkable.
It's a Pilsner.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drink very little of this.
Lawn mowing beer.
I'm not a big Pilsner guy.
I like Pilsners.
I'm not a big Pilsner guy. Lager, yes. Pilsner, not so much. But
yeah.
Here, get it going.
All right.
So I didn't see you last week.
Right.
You were out of town.
I was getting ready to go to Kansas City Comic Con. Yeah, Planet Comic Con in Kansas City.
Which is the same thing you went to last year.
Yes.
Although I don't think it was a full 12 months, though, was it?
No, it's normally this time of year.
Okay.
So last year, because of COVID, they pushed it back a few months and then moved back to the regular time this year. So it was a fun time.
Cons are always a good time.
Yeah.
Didn't get a con flu. That's good.
No con flu. No concussion by anybody in our party.
Any of the buddies that you went with end up getting sick at all?
No.
Good. That means it's a great con.
Yeah. There was one of the guys. There were 3 of us from St. Louis.
Okay.
1 from Kansas City and 2 from Joplin.
Okay.
So we did the con for a few hours on Friday. Went out that night, hit a couple breweries. 5:45 in the morning, a phone goes off in our room. One of the guys from St. Louis, his son was sick.
Oh, okay.
They were out of town the week before, and he was sick the whole time. It seemed like he was getting better. Was sick all night.
Okay.
So his wife took him to the hospital, and his brother-in-law, who was out with us the night before and lives in Kansas City, drove him back that morning.
Gotcha.
So his son ended up having like a blocked small intestine, so he wasn't like everything was backing up, and he was getting sick because of it.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
How old's the kid?
3 or 4.
Oh my god! I would be freaking out.
Yeah.
I would be freaking out, man. At that age. Dude.
Yeah. So yeah. So
that's an adventure. Okay, so yeah, that'd scare everybody. I guess that call early in the morning. Because is it all you guys just get like a big like suite hotel room? Or
we got 2 adjoining rooms.
2 adjoining rooms. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
So 3 in each room.
Gotcha.
But no, con went good. Bought a bunch of stuff, got some autographs. That night we went out to dinner. We went to a steakhouse.
Oh, nice.
They didn't have enough room for us to sit together, so 3 of us sat outside and 2 of us sat at the bar.
Okay.
The guys at the bar got their food a lot quicker than we did, and they were done eating before we got our food.
Even got your food.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So we were sitting there, and these 6 people walk up, and this woman was wasted.
Oh, wow.
And she went in, and like her top, like we thought we were gonna see a little slip.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, they go in. We're like, man, she was wasted. And this guy waiting for a table comes up to us. And he goes, did that lady have balls? We're like, what? We didn't think so.
Oh, boy.
And so they were inside for a few minutes, and they came back out. And, like, we were all, like, wanting to look, but we didn't want to.
Sometimes it's better not to know.
And so
it might just be better not to know.
There was a pub next door, and they decided to go to the pub. And she goes, tranny on the go.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And they walked away, and we just lost it.
See, and here's the thing. Is I guess that shows you, the listener, our Midwestern roots, where this is still, like, a big deal. Like, if this were out in California, on the West Coast somewhere, maybe even on the East Coast, that's a normal Friday night. For us, that's like a culture shock for us to even see it, because you just don't see. It probably happens everywhere.
Yeah,
it's probably everywhere. You just don't know it, or maybe we're just old and we don't go out anymore. Yeah. But it's just all right. So okay.
Yeah.
Wearing a short dress, and you kind of the punching bags are out.
Mr. Man from Scary Movie.
Right. Wow.
So
okay. All right.
But it was a good time. We had a lot of fun.
Okay. So artist, was it artists or writers? So were you mostly there? Mix of both.
Mix of both.
Okay, so which ones did you get autographs from?
I got Jason Aaron. I had a couple things I brought.
That's cool that he was there.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
And he didn't charge for autographs. That was cool.
Okay, really
I got Colin Bunn on a couple Deadpool trades.
But he's a St. Louis guy, isn't he?
I think he's Kansas City. Yeah.
Missouri. I knew he was a Missouri guy, though. Yeah, okay.
He was actually at a table with one of Jeremy's friends who owned a comic shop in Springfield.
Nice.
So we had an in with him. I bought it was a Black Hammer hardcover.
Okay.
And he gave it to me for 20% off and signed it. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
John Romita Jr. was there, and he was charging $20 an autograph. And I was saving. I really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I'd rather use that money to buy stuff.
JR. His style is so unique.
Yeah.
I like his art. I do
too.
I like it, but it's so him, and I'm just like, but $25, man, you pay to get in the con. But I guess they make it's not like he's hurting for money. I'll say that guy.
Yeah.
If he's not like a independent wrestler at a show that's trying to sell T-shirts to really get by, so I can make it to the next show.
So,
but okay, 20, but that's not horribly bad, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Tinian was there.
Nice.
I got him to sign the first Something is Killing the Children trade and my Joker War hardcover.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then...
So did you already have the Joker War hardcover? Did you pick up there? Oh, you already had it? Okay.
I saw it at Walmart, of all places.
Really?
Yeah. They get a few things in every once in a while.
You need to hit up... excuse me, you hit up Walmart, I guess. I don't really go to Walmart.
And then the other one I wanted... Garth Ennis was there.
Oh, nice.
And he was charging $5.
That's not bad
I'm like, I'd actually do $2 for that. But every time I went to his table, he was doing a panel or he was just away.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that we knew that was with Colin Bunn, they went out to eat with him that night on Saturday night. Okay. And he was telling us stories the next day of unbelievable stuff.
Nice.
So it was a lot of fun. Those were the main guys. Mm-hmm. There's a Star Wars writer there. I got a couple books signed by her.
Okay.
She actually wrote that. I'm got to pull up the picture to find out what it is. It was a young adult graphic novel of Superman. Okay. That I got from Madeline.
Okay.
House of L.
Okay.
Yeah, Claudia Gray. She
writes tons of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. She wrote. She wrote a ton of Star Wars stuff. She did She wrote a Star Wars book I haven't picked up, but I'm really interested in reading. It was no, maybe she was the one. I'm trying to remember. Basically, a star-crossed lover. It was Romeo and Juliet.
Lost Stars.
Lost Stars.
That's one of my favorite canon books.
Yeah, and
I'd let you borrow it, but my brother borrowed it like 3 years ago and hasn't given it back. Probably hasn't even read it.
But I'm almost curious if I read it. I just don't remember if I read it or not.
Yeah,
I'm very curious because it's mixed. I'm getting that. I might be getting that mixed up with the one where it was a Jedi and someone a Sith. And I think
that's
Ventress. Was it Ventress?
Yeah, that was Dark Disciple.
Yes,
and that's really good too.
Super good book. And I'm not a big Star Wars book reader. You are, but you're gonna have to find me good ones that they'll really capture your attention. Because I think I picked up the Thrawn book once, and I just didn't capture my attention. Maybe I just need to go back and try it again. But those two are the ones the one I read for sure. Dark Disciple I read, which I loved that one.
That was a Clone Wars script.
Is that what it
was? They didn't use.
Because who was the Jedi I'm thinking of?
Quinlan Voss.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, that was a really good book. I really did like that one. It was a quick read. Really quick read. So
stuff I picked up. I got volume 2 of Something Is Killing the Children. I got volume 1 and 2 of Ta-Nehisi Coates' Captain America run.
You told me about that.
Which is awesome.
Okay.
I've already read it, but I wanted them.
Okay.
Volumes 1 and 2 of Ice Cream Man.
I don't even know anything about it.
It's an Image comic that I've seen people like selling the books, so I'm like, I'll give it a shot. It's supposed to be like a fantasy horror type thing. Okay. It's just messed up, and I don't know where it's going.
Okay.
Because it seems like almost anthology style, where each one is a different story. And so, like the first one, this kid buys an ice cream cone from this creepy ice cream man, and he goes back to his house, and his parents are dead. And they're like statues at the table almost. Oh, okay. He has a pet spider that poisoned them and killed them, and he didn't want the spider taken away, so he hasn't told anybody, and it's been 2 weeks.
Oh wow! Okay.
And so this is the type of stories it is.
Okay.
The second one is about a junkie whose a boyfriend, I think, is going through withdrawals, and so she has to commit a crime to get a score, and she steals the ice cream truck.
Okay.
And when she gets back after everything she does in it, he's waiting there for her, and he says, "I want my truck back, but I have this one hit of heroin. You can either use it on him or you can use it on yourself." Oh, wow. Yeah.
Man, this is messed up.
It's very messed up.
It belongs to Image. It definitely fits in there. Wow.
So I there's like 3 or 4 more volumes. I don't know if I'm going to get the rest. I'm intrigued. I want to know where it's going, but nothing is tied together so far.
There's nothing worse than buying trades that when you're like the first one you're like super into, and all of a sudden this tails out, you're like, man, I dropped all this money on something that wasn't all that great. But
all right, so last time I talked about Desolation Jones, it was this Warren Ellis spy thing.
Yep.
I finished it. It was really good. I can't wait to read the rest of it.
Yeah.
They did 2 more issues of it, and they haven't been collected in a trade yet.
So you gotta go wait. Either you have to wait.
I'm gonna have to find the 2 issues.
Or
I don't think
floppy with it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's like 2003. So
So if it hasn't been made yet, right?
Yeah. So I got Legacy Edition of Firefly Volume 1, American Jesus Volume 2, Batman: Death of the Family, which I read and it's awesome.
Yes. Oh God. Oh my God. The art in that's amazing.
Yeah.
The Joker's just incredible in that one. Just incredible. It's the third trade, I think, in the New 52 run, I believe. Yeah. It's an epic run.
It is.
I'm going to recommend if you're going to do it, I'm going to tell you, get the whole Snyder run, get the whole thing.
I've got volumes 4, 5, 6, and 7 sitting up in my bedroom from the library.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I'm going to do that full run, then I'm doing the full Batman run, and I'm doing
a Rebirth. You're talking about
Rebirth.
Okay.
And then I'm doing the Rebirth detective stuff with Madeline because she's reading it right now too.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so I got the Mighty Thor Volume 1. It's the Jane Foster stuff.
Getting ready for the movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paper Girls Volume 4.
Yep. Yeah, I know about that one. But I didn't realize it was 4. Oh, wow. I thought that was only like a one shot.
There's like 6 of them.
6 volumes.
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Miss Marvel Volume 1.
Okay.
It was $2. So.
Oh wow! Okay, is that the original release? The first appearance of Kamala Khan. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't like the book too much. I mean, she's a likable character.
Yeah.
It's just
I figured I'd give it a shot for $2.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kids will like it too.
For $2, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So then the Black Hammer's Vision Volume 2, Deadpool versus Gambit. It's Deadpool v Gambit. The V is for versus.
Yeah. Taking a shot at Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Which is great. I love that. Who wrote that?
That's Ben Acker and Ben Blacker. They've done some Star Wars stuff too.
Okay. All right.
Supreme Powers Volume 2 and 3. So I have the rest of that now. The 2 House of L books, and then Waking the Weaver by Aaron Conway. It's a friend of Jeremy's.
Okay.
Jeremy said it's a pretty good book. Okay. I've just figured I'd help support him.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did he sign it?
Yeah, he signed it. And gave me a bookmark.
Yeah, there you go. Good.
Yeah.
So that sounds like it's an awesome time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Man. Yeah. Got a lot of cool ends. Got cool stories.
Yeah.
Didn't have to go too crazy as far as driving all over the place. Kind of self-contained in the one area, right?
We went to North Kansas City for one of the breweries. Okay. It was a brewery and a barbecue place together. But we took an Uber. Everything else was either walking or on bird scooters.
Okay. Oh, the scooters again.
Yes.
But no accident this time.
No, just sober in the morning.
Sober in the morning. This time we learned after the meal, Uber home. Uber walk.
We did Uber one other time. We went to a board game bar.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Aaron Conway, that author, was going over there, so we met him over there. We played a trivia card game.
Okay.
And then the people that own that own a pop-up bar next door, and it was Star Wars themed.
Nice.
It was the shittiest Star Wars bar ever, because it's just like throw stuff up on the wall.
Yeah. But so they didn't. It wasn't Scum and Villainy Cantina where it looks like the actual cantina. Like,
yeah. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, something like that, for sure.
But the previous thing was it was Clue.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
They really probably could have done a lot more for that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, Kansas City's cool.
Yeah.
That's a growing city, and they're just doing things right.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give my review on the beer. We didn't do the beer review.
Yeah.
You didn't take a sip yet. I
have.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I really like this. I don't like Pilsners.
Yeah.
I hate Pilsners, but this was not very Pilsner-y, if I can say that. I don't know why. I'm trying to think of what's in here besides, your normal Pilsner ingredients, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just smoother than...
Maybe a different hop
Maybe it's just because...
used to.
Because Miller Lite's disgusting to me. I hate it. It's like the worst thing ever. I can't stand it, but...
Well, that's a good thing about craft beer now is they do different hop combinations to get different... Same beer, but different profiles.
Okay. No, I like that one. Good job on that one. So that's it. What now? Is it all a 4-pack of 4 Pilsners of the same thing, or is there a different player on each can?
No, they're 4 Satchel Paige ones. It's going to be like a rotating series where they do different players.
Gotcha. Okay, but it's like so if it's a 4-pack, it's 4-pack of the same thing.
Yep.
All 4 of the because I was like, if it's a 4-pack of Satchel Paige is on each one, but this one's a Pilsner, this one's a lager. This one's
they're all Pilsners. They just have different eras.
Okay. All right.
So like one of them's from one of the Cuban teams he played for.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. That's a cool picture on it, too. Yeah, it's worth a can. That's a really cool picture.
Yeah, I'll show you the other one.
The most incredible thing I think about his story is he pitched till he's like 44, 45. When he like super old when he was pitching.
I think he pitched into his 50s.
Something like that.
But he only pitched one season in the majors.
But he was super old when he pitched. That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
He's still pretty good when he was doing that. So, all right. So, what's on the agenda for tonight besides the con?
So
I don't think I have anything for you as far as. Because I don't think I'm going to bore you with the drama in my life like we do every podcast of what's going wrong in my life. I'll say this much. 2 cars are fixed. 1 car is now broke. The Jeep is broke now.
Yeah.
That one's dying. We don't know what's wrong with that one yet. And the water heater died.
Oh, no.
So when I tell you I have bad luck,
and
the Lord above is not my biggest fan, I really mean that.
Yeah.
I really do. And I've been told it's a test. It's always a test, and things can always be worse. That's all I can take away from it. So there you go. That's my wrap up of why we hadn't seen each other for a week. That's what I was dealing with.
Yeah.
That's why. And the only other interesting thing was, so Katie had a dance competition this weekend over in Collinsville, Illinois. So we had to go across the bridge.
Yeah.
And it's what was interesting about it was it was the day the water heater died.
Mm-hmm.
And I promised I'd be there. And I love my daughter, but I hate dance. It's the creepiest thing. I hate them. Yeah. I don't like them at all. But what I'm trying to get at is, so water heater dies. I'm rushing to get through that because I promised her I'd be there. And finally I figured out what's wrong with it. It was a simple, cheap fix. It's just an old water heater and things just didn't want to cooperate the way I wanted it to.
Yeah.
So it took a lot longer than it should have. But I'm driving over there, and I'm like, on the drive, I'm like, this is really familiar. Why is all this familiar when I'm driving over there? And I just couldn't figure it out. And I'm driving, and I get there, and I look, I'm like, I know exactly where I'm at. The GPS is telling me, I'm like, I've been over here like multiple times. And I look around the corner, I'm like, oh, this is right next to the weed shop over in Collinsville. It literally is. There's a Mexican restaurant, like a hotel thing here, and right next to the hotel over on the far side, I was like, look how little kids come right next to the weed shop. Yeah. Illinois just don't care.
No.
And I tell Jen, I was like, you realize there's selling weed like right down the block, right? She's like, there's kids here. I'm like, I know. But yeah, it was really funny. I was like, that's ridiculous.
What she didn't tell you is she had already stopped in there.
I'm thinking a lot of parents did, because there's a lot of parents hanging out and tailgating. I'm like, tailgating at a dance thing? No. That doesn't happen normally. So maybe they partook. I don't know.
Passing around brownies beforehand.
Dude, I'm telling you. It would help. I feel bad for every parent, because you're there, you want to support your child, but man, you're waiting there like an hour between dances.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to wait an hour between seeing my kid. It's just whatever. That was the only interesting, funny part of that whole thing. So
nice.
But no, what do you have on the agenda to discuss?
So last weekend was CinemaCon too.
CinemaCon. What was that? What happened at CinemaCon?
Movies. They just show clips and introduce stuff. That's where
it's kind of like the Disney Day or whatever.
Kind of,
like, Disney Expo and all that stuff. Okay,
but I think it's more general.
Okay, so general, it's from all the studios basically.
Yeah,
and it's basically our summer preview is what it was
for the most part. Okay, or announcements of things coming.
Sure. Okay.
And the big one was Batman 2 is official. Correct. Matt Reeves and our vampire Batman,
Pattinson, yep, Pattinson. So he's coming back, and we all knew that was going to happen anyway. And
they haven't said anything though about villains yet.
I do know that they announced that Catwoman, what's her name, she's coming back.
Oh, Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah, Zoe Kravitz, she'll be back.
Okay,
which I'm like, okay,
yeah.
She dropped the Bloodhaven name in the movie, so I'm like, but. This is year 2 Batman, so maybe we'll get Robin. Maybe that's my big hope. Maybe we'll get Robin. But
I would like to see a Robin,
badass dark Robin.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I guess we'll get Dick Grayson,
not Christopher O'Donnell.
No. One that's just as old as Batman.
Yeah,
no, we're not going to do that. Yeah. Hopefully we won't. But I don't know how they'll pull it off. I don't know. I don't even know who you'd cast as Robin, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean,
we need Hit Girl again. Is what we need, our Hit Girl. Yeah, that's what really put her on the scene. I think. I mean, I know she's in other things before that, but I thought that blew her up, and she was awesome in it.
You could take one of the kids from like Stranger Things.
They're all too old now, I think.
Getting there, yeah.
I think I didn't see the trailer yet, but I saw a picture of what's going to be the trailer, and the Finn Wolfhard, that's what was also in it. It looks like he should be doing taxes for somebody at this point. he looks adult at this point, so I don't know. I don't know who we'll cast for that. But I'm excited about that. You bring that up. I did my rewatch of the Batman since I did too. It hit HBO. It didn't enhance my enjoyment. It didn't decrease my enjoyment. I just know that if I was going to do a rewatch, it needed to be in the theater. Because I think we said that to somebody. I can't remember who we told that to. But it made a difference.
Oh, it was Tom on
that's
Sunday.
Right,
yeah.
That's right. We the enjoyment of that movie was enhanced.
Yeah.
Immensely by seeing it in the theater. And
yes.
you brought the Batmobile specifically.
Yes.
And that's worth my price of admission, just to hear that and feel it. Wasn't even just hearing it too, it was feeling it, the vibration, all that, just the power of the Batmobile. I was like, that was cool. And the music made a big difference in the theater too.
Yes.
That noise, then the crowd reaction sometimes here and there was kind of cool. It was just different. It was just different at home. It just, again, not that I disliked it, or it's still not my top. I think you said it's your number. Is it your number one now?
No.
Okay,
still number 2.
Number 2. Okay, so still number 2. I don't even know where I would rank it, to be honest with you. I really don't. It's not because I dislike it. It's just hard for me to say it's so good that it bumps other things up. I think we'll do an episode, I guess, where we do, when maybe we'll go down the line of all the Batman movies. But I think you go Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, Batman 89. I might put the Batman that far down the list, and I don't want to. That's the thing that sucks. I really don't want to, because I'll give it recency bias. I love the darkness of it. Yeah. I love the detective part of it. It's growing on me. I think I need to watch more and more. And maybe it's just the Riddler just didn't get enough time. Rewatching it made me realize how little bit of time he had on screen.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's something you notice with The Dark Knight is Heath Ledger got a lot of time as Joker.
Yeah, a lot of time. And he just didn't. Paul Dano just didn't get a lot of time to shine.
Yeah,
and they fit in. They crammed in. You had Falcone, you had Penguin, you got Catwoman, you got Riddler. That's a lot of bad characters in one movie.
It is, but I think they balanced it a lot better than a lot of movies that try to cram characters in.
Sure, yeah, no, I agree with you there.
It was no Spider-Man 3.
No, it was not Spider-Man 3. So I don't know. I will keep watching it. It's just one of those movies I have to keep revisiting, I think, to really, really dive deep into that movie.
I had it on while I was working, and I noticed I kept looking up and getting sucked into it. And I'm like, I gotta work. Yeah, gotta stop that.
Yep. Yeah. So what else? CinemaCon? What else other news did we get?
They're doing a sequel to Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Never saw it.
I never saw it yet either.
I know it's not in the library, and I haven't seen it on a streaming service. I don't know if it's going to hit. Who is that? A Warner Brothers movie? Let's see.
I don't know.
Because if it's Warner Brothers, it'll hit HBO at some point.
Yeah.
I just don't know what streaming service will get the rights to it. We'll say.
Yeah.
It should be out already. You would think. I mean, if the Batman's already out, right? So maybe it's not. It's definitely not a Warner Brothers movie. Then you have to think.
Yeah. God, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Sony. It was Sony.
It was Sony. Okay.
So it's Sony.
So it could go almost anywhere.
It'll go to Stars most likely.
Will it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think that's where they put all their stuff, because they put all their Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man movies are all on Stars. So,
I thought
who has Stars?
Yeah. I thought at one point they were talking with Disney about streaming the Spider-Man stuff, but
which would make sense. Yeah,
I don't. That was the talk,
still,
and I don't think anything ever came of it.
They still have to sell their Stars subscriptions.
Yeah,
that's the way to get people to watch it, I guess. So I'll get it out as soon as it hits a service or the library. I'll get it that way.
Yeah,
I want to see the first one, and I guess it was good enough to get a second one. Now, will Paul Rudd return in a role of some kind? The two kids that were in it, will they return? Or what's a whole new what?
From what I heard, Paul Rudd wasn't in it a whole lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm interested in.
Yeah, it was more focused on the kids.
Okay. All right.
So before I get to the last announcement, did you hear about Olivia Wilde? What happened to her?
No.
She directed and wrote a movie, and she was there to talk about it, and someone walked up and handed her an envelope, and she opened it and then just went back to her presentation.
Okay.
She got served with papers at the convention. The person that served them got credentialed, got in.
Wow.
It was for custody battle with Jason Sudeikis.
Oh my god.
He had nothing to do with it. The company did that on their own.
Of course, that's the attorneys. That's all. That's all they're doing. Wow. In the middle of a thing like that, got served.
She stopped. She looked at it and she put it down.
Good on her for being able to continue on like that. I think I would have been flushed and said, "I guess I gotta go. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
got something to deal with. I guess." But
yeah,
wow, interesting. That's an interesting thing to happen. It's just what world are we living in with this crazy shit just keeps happening? Just, it almost feels like this decency has left the world.
Yeah,
just common decency that could have been handled a much better way, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
what was she avoiding being served or something like that?
I have no clue. I mean,
maybe is it that bad of a divorce? I guess.
I don't think so. I don't even think they're divorced. I don't think they were ever married. They were engaged for a long time.
Oh, they never got married, but they have kids.
They have two kids.
Gotcha. That makes it a little more complicated.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay.
So the last announcement was Venom 3 is being made.
I still haven't seen Venom 2.
I haven't either.
I have no interest, but I mean, I get around to it once I get to it. But again, it's not on a streaming service I can watch, so I don't know.
That's the same way I'm looking at it. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm not in a hurry though.
No.
But it got me thinking. Do you even care about the Spider-Man, like the Sony Spider-Verse that doesn't have Spider-Man in it?
No, I don't care at all.
Because they also announced they're making an El Muerto movie with Bad Bunny.
I heard that, yeah. And who's that guy?
He's a rapper.
But that's my point. Who's this guy to be in a Sony movie?
Okay. He was in the Royal Rumble, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently he looked decent in it, but
okay.
I guess that was probably why.
I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I read the comics. Yeah. I don't know anything about this guy. This character's so...
He was in like 2 issues.
That's what I'm... This is... Okay. I mean, there's plenty of characters to choose from to do stuff with. Yeah. Do $20.99. Give me Miguel. Yeah. I'll do that. And the comment I read about after hearing about El Muerto, am I saying that right? Yeah. Was, oh, sure, we got Miles just hanging out. I guess they'll just forget about Miles.
Well, that was the thing. Like, Sony was making it a big deal. Like, with the first Hispanic superhero on screen. They're like,
if you're going to do this.
I think Oscar Isaac is doing Moon Knight right now.
Yeah, exactly right. But, okay.
But they named a few others, too, that had come before.
Yeah.
Salma Hayek in Eternals.
Yeah. And then Rosario Dawson.
Yeah.
She's in she's Night Nurse, but I guess it's on not the big, well, I guess it said big screen, didn't they? But she's been, I'm trying to think, because she's in everything. I'm trying to think what other superhero stuff she's in.
I think that's it, though.
Oh, what's her name? Guardians of the Galaxy. Zaldana. Oh. Zoe Saldana. She was Gamora. In that. Yeah. She's Gamora. She's also in The Losers.
Yeah.
That's a comic book movie. Okay, whatever, Sony. Feel good about it. So try not to hurt yourself trying to pat yourself on the back for being so woke, you know, with that crap when it's everywhere. It's fine, but this character is so unknown. What are you going to do? And Morbius didn't exactly shake the world up.
No. and it's like, hey, we're going to make Madam Web. Okay.
Nobody knows about Madam Web.
No.
And then she's not. I don't find her to be so super important, to be honest with you. But
and Kraven, I don't know. I'm holding off judgment on Kraven.
Because isn't Aaron Taylor Johnson or whatever? Am I saying the right one? He's going to be him?
Yep.
Okay. He's dead as Pietro. So, okay. He's looking for work, I guess, right?
He's grown out of Kick-Ass.
Right? Yeah, he's definitely grown out of that, yeah. So I'm not impressed by that news. So the stories were Batman 2, El Muerto, Olivia Wilde Gets Served, and Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and Venom.
That's in Venom.
I think there's other stuff. Those are the ones that caught my attention.
Yeah, the most nerdy, I guess. So, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know anything about it. No, I usually like to try to hear about that stuff because I love that. Because what's coming down the pipe, I like knowing about that. But,
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Next up, did you watch the Thor: Love and Thunder preview?
I think I did. I don't know if I watched the teaser or the full-on trailer. I think I might have watched just the teaser because it feels like the only things I saw. It was just so short and so quick.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like I got to see much in it. Like, I know we see the Thors running. Like, you got the little boy running, and then you have the teenage Thor running, and you got adult Thor running, and it's just him trying to find himself. Like, Chris Pratt's in there for a second, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, all the Guardians are.
Yeah, and he's just trying to find out who he's supposed to be. Looks like Valkyrie is not too happy about being leader of Asgard.
King Valkyrie.
Yeah.
They showed Jane Foster as Thor.
At the very end, right? Okay, so I think maybe I did see everything that I was supposed to see.
Yeah, that was it. Okay. They did not show gore.
No, but you saw a god that he killed. I saw they showed something where they were being so honest to the comic book, where they showed a scene from the comic with Thor standing on a cliff or something like that, and you see the big...
Like a frost giant.
I don't remember. It was a god of some kind, though. And it might have been, but it's a super huge thing. It's almost image for image is what it was. It looked really
Except
cool.
he had Korg with him in the movie scene.
Correct. Yes, that's exactly right. And so we don't get to see Christian Bale in it at all, which I guess they're saving him for the movie.
We did see Zeus.
And I think that's going to be our introduction to Hercules, the incredible Hercules.
I think so too.
So, do you care?
Yeah, he's a fun character.
Okay, all right. I just didn't read any of his run where he became the Hulk for a little bit.
I didn't read any of that either, but other stuff I've read.
Okay, and that's my only exposure to it. So
most recently, the current Guardians of the Galaxy run, he was a member of the team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, see. So, okay. But I think that's where you'll see him, I guess, next.
Zeus, I think, is Russell Crowe.
Is that who that's supposed to be? Gotcha. Okay.
Because he's in the movie, and that's what was leaked, was he was going to be Zeus.
Okay. No, I guess it's just... Because I guess Thor is your Norse mythology, Zeus is your Greek, and we're going to have an intersection of Greek and Norse mythology, I guess.
Yeah, and the speculation is Zeus is probably going to die by gore.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. That'd be pretty cool.
Didn't happen in the comic that way, but...
I haven't read the whole run. The God Butcher, I've read the first volume. I read it like twice. I still don't remember anything about it. Yeah. I really don't, because then we get Thors. Like, in that one, then multiple Thors comes up at some point.
Yeah, sometime after that.
I think there's the Thors, and then Jane Foster was after a long time after all that, I thought, wasn't she?
She shows up later on in that run. I've read the first two trades. I have the next two to read, and then I'll go into Mighty Thor.
Because, that's... Jason Aaron, that was the beginning of his run, was the God Butcher, right? So, yeah, I need to try it again. It's just, it's not my cup of tea. It really isn't. It's hard to read.
I enjoyed these stories by Jason Aaron more than other stuff I've read.
Yeah, of other people
Thor.
Of Thor.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, I'll give it another. I had to give it another shot. It's so well renowned. I just have to try it again. But I don't know when I'll have to figure it out. Where will I fit it in? I just don't know.
So yeah,
okay.
That's pretty much all I had written down.
That is what you got? Okay.
Besides stuff I've watched or read.
See, that's what I really wanted to get to, because I watched some stuff to discuss.
All right.
But here, before we do that, I'll go into this. There's one other thing I do want to discuss.
Go ahead.
Guilty pleasure.
Okay.
Super guilty pleasure. Have you watched any of this Johnny Depp nonsense? The Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial.
Little bits here and there.
Because the only reason why I bring it up, because the Amber Heard, we can throw it in with the nerd thread, is that there's no way she's showing back up as Mira. There can't be any way that they're going to have her be in the movie, right?
The petition to get her removed is up to 2 million signatures.
DC can't have her in this movie. There's no way.
They're done with it, I think.
And she's in it?
Yeah.
Wow. What would they do? Have to redo all the reshoots with somebody else, I guess?
I guess so. And if it's like the first movie, she was in it a lot.
And she's batshit crazy.
She is.
This woman is batshit crazy. I never knew anything about any of this at all. But all of a sudden on my YouTube, like the shorts that pop up at the top of the thing, it's nothing but that. I was like, what is going on? Like, why is there a trial? I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was being abused, and they like fought and like hit each other.
Yeah.
And like, apparently he didn't and she did. There's just stuff. I don't know who to believe and what's real and what's not real.
Yeah.
Because apparently she took nail polish and put on a tissue and said it was blood. I don't know if you heard that.
I did hear that.
I was like, who does this? And then either I thought I heard that he cut his own finger off or she cut his finger off.
He cut his own finger off.
Like on purpose?
No, it was an accident.
But I don't understand why that was such a huge thing. Like, I thought it was just like is it a cooking accident, or was it like he did it to like spite her?
I think it was a cooking accident. I don't know for sure though. It's
so convoluted of what's going on.
So, did you hear that she shit in his bed?
Yes, because they've been calling her Amber Turd. So
I had read somewhere. I don't know if this was some kind of spoof thing.
Yeah.
But apparently she went to Taco Bell beforehand and got a cheesy gordita.
Oh no! Just to make it like if
he wasn't there.
Yeah. But he came home to it, is what I heard.
Well, he wanted to come home to it, and the guy that owns the house said, "You don't want to come."
Okay.
And he's like, "No, she's not there. I want to get my stuff."
Yeah.
And he sent him a picture
of the turd
on the bed, on his side of the bed.
Oh my god, she's unhinged. Who would? I understand having a bad breakup. I get that. That I can understand. But these two were insane.
They are, and
They're absolutely insane.
It's cost him the Fantastic Beasts, and it's cost them Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, because they're just continuing on without him or something like that. And are they recasting Sparrow or something like that?
They recasted the Fantastic Beast stuff.
Oh, that's yeah. Because he was Dumbledore or something like that.
No, he was the bad guy.
He's the bad guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is. Is that Voldemort or is that someone else?
No, it's
prequel stuff. So it's
Gringotts, I think. I don't know. We saw the first one. I can barely remember it.
I have no idea. So, but I understand that because one of the clips today was that Disney has said he's guilty until proven innocent or something like that. So he's losing work. And
and he doesn't even sound like the worst person in this. And she still got Aquaman too.
It sounds like she's the one that's going to be hurting after this. She's going to be found guilty is what it sounds like. Because she wrote that op-ed in the Washington Post about being a survivor of spousal abuse or domestic abuse or something like that. So she didn't name him as the person, but who else is it going to be, I guess, when all this is going on?
Somebody did it.
But it was a matter of, I guess she signed an NDA about their divorce, about saying you can't tell anybody anything that's going on, all that stuff. But I guess it should be open shut because it's a complete violation of the NDA. But I guess they're going through the circus of it all. Because I guess they want to waste a lot of money and time of everybody. But could you imagine being on this jury right now?
No.
Because I don't know if I told you that. I got the summons to be on jury. I'm doing the thing where you call before you go and praying that I don't have to go into this thing. But it's my nightmare of getting involved with having to be involved with the. It's like, how do you get dismissed from that? I was like, I got kids to feed, man. I can't be off work on a jury duty. I can't. Which I don't remember. I don't know how it all works. Maybe I get paid. I don't know.
Some places will pay you for the day. Plus, you get like a $25 check for.
But my whole point being, I need to make my actual real salary to support my family. I can't do a Johnny Depp case. I can't do that. I'm sorry. And that's my biggest night. Could you imagine being a jury on that, or a juror on the OJ case, or a juror on any case that would be longer than a day?
Your life is over for
I'd be like,
a while.
No, I can't do this. Hell no. So it's a nightmare of mine that I'm awaiting, and I'm just like, no, please God, no. So this is my guilty pleasure. I'm like, I'm a grown man. I'm watching. I should not. This is TMZ shit, and I'm so anti TMZ, but this is just captivating me for some reason because
it's a train wreck.
And that's exactly what I described. It's a train wreck I can't look away from.
So like Johnny Depp was on the stand, and her attorney asked him a question.
He objected his own question. And the judge is like, but that was your question. This judge has got to be, oh my God, what am I doing here? What am I doing with my life? So, that's been my guilty pleasure I wanted to bring up to you. And then I guess the only other thing I had on my list, I got two other things before we do homework. I guess we'll do it that way because we haven't been going that long. Well, actually, I guess we have a little bit. But
40 minutes.
I finished my slot run of Spider-Man. Okay. So I'm about to switch over to Nick Spencer is what I'm about to do. And I stayed up all night last night because it was the last trade of his run. It was it's the Red Goblin run is what it is. And what happened was, it's not spoiling it too much, is that Norman's back. He'd been gone for a bit. He created the Goblin Army, and who was it? Ben Urich's nephew, Phil Urich, was the Hobgoblin, and then the Norman creates him to become the Goblin King, is what happens in that. And so now he comes back and he wants to take down Peter for the very last time. It's supposed to be the end all of all Peter versus Norman battles. And to do this, he needs to become more, because Peter had done something where he'd suppressed the goblin, but they found a way to get that out of him, and he went and found a symbiote. But the symbiote he found was not the one that most people are aware of, which would be Venom. He went and found Carnage. And so that's how he's the Red Goblin, is by becoming Carnage. So this is spoilerific a little bit, I guess, but Red Goblin, it's kind of on the cover and like the back of the trade. It's like you know what's going to happen when you look at the back of the trade. And so it ended really well. He finished super strong. He gave Spencer a really clean slate to work with. Yeah, the editors probably did really good work with Slott on that, just to make sure that he gets a really, really clean slate.
Because I've read the beginning of Spencer's run, and it ties into what you just finished.
Really? Okay. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. So I'm glad I finished that. I didn't realize Slott had been on the book for 10 years. So I've been reading that book.
He'd been on for a long time.
I've been reading that book consistently for 10 years. So that's why I guess when we were talking about when you get older and you just can't read everything unless you get the service for Marvel or something like that.
Yeah.
You really need to pick your books and pick them wisely and go, this is what I'm dedicating my life to. And I picked Amazing and I picked Batman, not Detective, but just Batman, you know. And those are the books I'm strong on those. Yeah. I'm very strong. Faithful to very faithful to those two books. So I'm really glad I read it. It's a great run. It's epic. Right. It's super epic run. So
real quick. Yeah. New beer. Yeah. So I got this in Kansas City. The Big Rip Brewing Company. Okay. They're a sci-fi horror B-movie.
Nice. Brewery. Okay.
And so this one is called Eternal Life Vamperial Stout.
Vamperial Stout.
It's an Imperial Stout aged in Restless Spirits whiskey barrel, 12.2%.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Screw driving home. What's up? I'll get home, Brian.
We've done worse than this.
I know. So, but yeah, no, would I recommend the Slott run to you? Absolutely. I really would. It's a great run. You get the Superior run in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. He gave us Silk, which is a new character, which she's enjoyable. I don't think I'd ever buy the book, but she's enjoyable enough. You get to see a arc of Peter how we've never seen him before. And you get to see I won't say it because that's kind of... no, it's not too much. The rise and fall of Peter.
Yeah.
I don't say it that much. Because if you've already read the first run of the Spencer run, that's probably... You say it kind of ties in, then it's right where... And that's no spoiler then. So, it was great. I love it. It'd be a long read if you want to do it. It's a very long... Because like I said, it's 10 years worth of books.
That's intimidating.
It is. I would say it is, but I'd say if you start at least at Superior, it wouldn't be as bad. I think maybe
it's 10 years of books plus tie-ins and all that stuff.
But it gave us Spider-Verse, Spider Island. I mean, these are things that the movies are going to be picking off of for a long time. If they want to. So that was that. The only other thing I don't know if we were recording at that point, but took my son to the Cardinals game. Probably the most unenjoyable experience I've ever had at a Cardinals game.
Really?
It really was. And the reason being is because I know we try not to do the sports and we're trying not to do the wrestling and the podcast, but just from an entertainment standpoint, because we do talk about entertainment a lot on this podcast. So baseball has a really rough go right now.
Yes.
Of being an entertaining sport to watch. We love it because it's what we grew up on.
Yeah.
This new generation of kids coming up behind us, when they're really young, I can see why they like it because mom and dad, it's an exciting thing. We get to go try something new. It's a big place. All this stuff's going on. I'm talking about the 14 to 20-year-old gap. Because the 21-year-olds are going to love it to go to the ball game because they're going to drink at the ball game. Because we all know baseball's turned into a social event more than to be there for the sport. But you have that gap there for I would go younger than that. Let's go from the 12-year-old to the 20-year-old. Every single because my son got tickets because of 8th grade. He did safety patrol, which is basically getting kids safe to their cars at the end of school. Yeah, and so it was most of their class, not the whole class, but most of them. So you're talking about an entire row of nothing but 8th graders.
Yeah,
teenage boys, right? every last one of them on their phone the whole time.
Yeah.
Phone. Could not care less about the game. And it wasn't their fault either because it was just a 0-0 game the whole game.
Yeah. When was it?
Tuesday night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So not pitching dominance by any means. No. Just nothing going on. No action.
Yeah, because nothing happened until the 8th inning.
No action at all. Nothing.
Yeah.
These boys were, and they're just like, I'm ready to go. And they were looking at the basketball score.
Yeah.
So one of them was looking at the hockey score. And just, one of them said, I just like hockey, but at least there's something going on. Because I asked them, I was like, you guys are not having a fun time? They're like, what's fun about this? There's nothing going on. So I don't know if a pitch clock's your solution. Speeding up the game's not your solution. Adding the DH was supposed to help out with the offense, right? To give us more action in the game with that. But it took away some of the strategy of the game, which was fun to talk about that and the pitching moves and all that stuff. So
your pitch hitter, double
I don't
switch.
know. I think maybe I don't know if you call us purists. I like the pitcher hitting. I'm a fan of the pitcher hitting. I like strategy of baseball. Strategy of baseball makes it intense.
Yes,
and that's where if you make a mistake, that's where you make your mistake is trying to manipulate that situation. But
using the wrong pitch hitter or putting wrong double switch. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that could go wrong late in the game.
The era of the cell phone has destroyed this generation with baseball because just being able to sit still and watch what's happening in front of you, it's just gone.
Yeah.
It's just gone. And I felt horrible for the people sitting around us because these were the most annoying because they were tryhards too, trying to be funny, trying to one-up each other about trying to be funny. And not a single one of them were funny, at least not to an adult by any means.
Yeah.
So, because you never know when you go to a ball game, where did you drive in from? Like when they put someone on the ball game to play a game, they drove all the way in from Salem, Missouri, which is not close. It's not far, not super far, but you never know. The person sitting next to you could have driven in from Tennessee. They could, because Cardinals Nation goes far and wide.
Yes,
far and wide. And I felt so bad because they were just you could just tell everybody was annoyed. And it's just like my children that I had, that I was in charge of, well behaved because it's my son, my nephew, so they're mine technically, So it's like, and their friends are pretty laid back and pretty chill, to be honest with you. But the other ones, I'm like, they're not my kids. I'm not going to yell at them. Sorry, their parents are right there. Yeah. So nope, not going to do that.
See, I have the abnormalities because Madeline will go to a game and she'll watch and she'll ask me questions and get engaged in the game. Will's the same way. Kaylee would have fit in with the kids you took.
Yeah, that just didn't.
Yeah. She enjoys going to a game, but she doesn't care about the game itself.
Yeah. And I was the same. They enjoyed hanging out with each other.
Yeah.
And that was the best thing about it was getting kids out of their bedrooms, away from their computers. But they got to go sit on their hand computers, is basically what it was. But, hey, I'll take that. I'll take it.
So I am guilty of having my phone up when I'm at a game. Yeah. But I'm usually on fan graphs with win probability, just watching it change as the game goes on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
it
was a struggle. Let's just say it was a struggle. It's sad to see. Oh, yeah. It's sad to see because it truly is an amazing thing to go to an experience. But I will also say this, just from an entertainment aspect, because I'm going to try and focus on that, is that it's no longer a family event.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that from it's not family friendly. I'm talking about it is ungodly expensive to go to a baseball game now. You're talking about parking. Even if you are a little further away, it's still expensive now.
You're still $5-10 and walk a mile.
Yes, and then just the ticket itself, which of course we got getting in the gate. That was no cost to us because it was free ticket. But,
right. But a family of 5 on a normal game, you're looking at least $100, and that's the worst seats.
Let me throw this at you. A hamburger, small amount, just a handful of fries.
Yep.
Small soft drink, no bigger than smaller than a 12 ounce. I would think. $24. $24 for a burger, fries, and a drink. I was like, I understand COVID hit these owners, and they're trying to make up. They want to make up for lost revenue. I understand a business operating. I really, truly do. But there comes a point where you're a family and you go, this ain't happening. It can't happen. It just cannot exist. You can't. Now, mind you, I was also that guy that said, okay, I'm going to drink a beer. I'm at a ball game, but I'm with these annoying kids. And I had to drink, just got to level out.
Yep.
A 2x4 was $13.50. And I was like, I can go buy for the cost because I was there with Joe.
Yeah.
And we took turns. I bought one round, he bought round. And I was like, Joe, that's it. I wouldn't feel good. I wouldn't feel right to have you buy another round. Even if I don't, I feel wrong. Joe, we could buy a 30 rack for what we're paying for 2 of these things, dude.
I mean, even when we went to wrestling on Saturday, I bought a beer for me and Tom.
Yeah.
That was $18 for 2 citywides.
Yeah. Yeah. It was... Because, I bought Busch, though, so maybe that was a little bit cheaper. It was $7 for a beer. So that's doable. I could do it. Because you remember when we would... you would come with us with Bobby and them. Were you there for the day games ever with us?
No, I didn't get tickets.
Okay. He would get tickets from clients or something like that, or he'd find tickets somehow. He always had a way to get tickets, right? So we'd go, and what the drill was... You'd skip out on work for a day. Yeah. Go to the businessman special. Yep. We're not there on business, though. We're just there to skip out on work. You burn a vacation day. Go to the ATM. Grab $100. Mm-hmm. Everyone, that's like a group of 4 probably. So 4 people is 400. That's beer money for the whole group all day long. Yeah. It's not bad. Couldn't do that now. No. Could you? You'd be like, okay, well, 2 rounds in, we're done. Yeah. That's 2 innings. Yep. It used to be like a beer an inning, just about, It's just hard to go enjoy yourself. It's just really nice. I was having that discussion where, for entertainment purposes, anything that you do now, it's like, I can't take a family. I'll take a kid, and we'll each go. Like, this is your turn to go. Now it'll be your turn to go, and now it'll be your turn to go. Sorry, I can't take all 5 of us at a time. It's just not doable. We have to stretch it out over a whole season. So they're losing families. Unless they're just. I guess unless it's just becoming a thing for the ultra wealthy or something like that. So I don't know.
A couple years ago, Aaron got me season tickets for my birthday. Not like a package. I think
it was 10 games or something.
Yeah, 10 games. Yeah. I would take a kid, and I mean, those packages are a decent amount.
Especially it's 2 seats, right?
2 seats, yeah. We go. I'm like, let's hit McDonald's on the way down because. We can both eat for $15 there and be completely full, or we can go to stadium and spend $50 and still be hungry. Yep. But it was ridiculous in. Yeah, it was. And then I missed half the games because kids had ball games those nights.
Yeah, yeah. So it's just I don't know if it starts turning into this is now a thing for the wealthy to do. Yeah. Another thing for them to just kind of, unless you find a cheaper way to do it, which. I had to try out a hack next time I go. Apparently, they still sell kids' meals there. And the kids' meals are like $5, I think. I didn't know about that. I'm like, okay, I got to find where the kids' meals are. They might not be $5 anymore, but that's a hack I was taught about. So I'll have to go check that out. Yeah. Because that's what I'd be like, I would like a kids' meal because that's the way I'm going to eat today.
Otherwise, I will have 3 kids' meals.
Exactly. I mean, you got to play the game right. Got to play the game. So... That's all I got for you in regards to entertainment stuff. And are you ready to go to homework? Yeah. Okay, because my list here is lengthy, sir. So.
All right, mine is not.
Okay, so you go first.
All right, so I didn't write down what I'd watched before going to the convention. Okay. But this week I did start 2 shows on Apple TV.
Severance was one of them, wasn't it?
Severance was one of them. It is a weird show.
Jen loves it.
It's entertaining, and I'm captivated by it.
She's 3 episodes in. I was like, I wanted to watch that. She's like, I was like, I guess I'll try to catch up. Yeah. I don't know when. I don't know how. But okay, I'll try and catch up. So, okay.
Adam Scott's really good in it.
She's like, have you watched? Because she's like, she knows it's like right up my alley for some reason. Yeah. She's like, you're going to love this. I was like, are you sure? Because it's about getting laid off is what it sounds like. And you know how I am about getting laid off. Yeah. I don't enjoy that. I have PSTD about that or whatever. I have bad flashbacks about that. So no, don't want to hear about it. But I'm going to watch it. Yes, I'm well aware of it. I'm glad that you're giving it. You're giving it a thumbs up. Definitely watch it.
I like it so far.
Okay, so I'll definitely have to check it out.
But I kind of stopped so I could watch the after party.
That's the one where it's a comedy.
Yes,
it's got a kid in there. He's in lots of things.
Matt Franco is like probably the gist of the story is. Okay.
There's a murder mystery going on, right? Okay, yeah, if I remember correctly, yeah.
It's their 15-year anniversary of high school graduation.
Gotcha, okay.
And Dave Franco plays this guy that's a pop star.
Nice.
And he's murdered at the after party at his house.
So he's not in it very much at all? Or is there flashbacks?
Well, it's all flashbacks. Gotcha. And every episode is interviewing a different person about the events of the night.
Gotcha, okay.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. Okay, great. See, I can't go to that one yet because I got to finish Mythic Quest. I got to finish that first. So, yeah, man. I'm telling you, Jen and I just had a discussion about that, about what subscription services to start, like, really. We need to, because apparently Netflix is going to increase their price, you know.
And they're cracking down on password sharing.
They're cracking down on that. And like, okay, if all the services start doing that, which it behooves them to do so, then they probably should.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Crack down on all that one. But we as consumers need to get better about going, this month is Netflix month. Yep. Watch everything you want to watch this month, because as of this month, it's gone. And we'll have to wait until it gets in the rotation for the next stream. Like, because you can rotate 5 different services. That'll get you through half a year, basically, with a month. And then you're fine. And you won't miss out on it. Whether you get, okay, a Squid Game comes along, right? Yeah. I watched it how late compared to everybody else in the world. Yep. I still got to enjoy it. It's just not on everybody else's timeline. That's how it had to be. You have to rotate. That's all.
Yeah, because if you try to get every streaming service now, you're looking at having cable prices again.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Which I love Apple TV because they're still cheap for now.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the price bump. It's going to come at some point in time. I'm just curious, when will it happen?
Yeah.
I don't know if this going to stick around, though, because I don't know how many people really have Apple TV, to be honest with you.
So some phone carriers give it to you.
Some do. Yeah. Like, for example,
that's how we have HBO Max
through AT&T.
Yeah.
And see, I used that as my negotiation point with Charter the other day, because we have Charter, but I'm paying well below market price for it, because if you take what I do is I go, look, I can get a gig and HBO for this price. Why would I go for you when I'm not going to get a gig or HBO for almost the same price? They're $5 cheaper. The speed I'm getting right now. And they're like, okay. So they give me my cheap price, like $50 a month. So I'm like, I'm getting my cheap internet that way. And it's still and then paying for HBO is still cheaper than the gig, and I don't need faster than what we've got. So
here's the trick.
Yeah.
You call their sales line. Because if you call customer service,
correct,
they're like, oh, well, you have the best package available right now. Because we have fiber being installed in our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And so that's cheaper. And so Aaron called customer service, and they're like, oh, there's nothing we can do. And the woman's actually like, oh, that fiber company came into my neighborhood and told me it would be this much, and they jacked the prices up after a month. I'm like, first off, you can't say that about a competitor. No, that's just ethically wrong.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, hang up, call their sales department.
Yeah. Because they want to get
and that's what she did. And he's like, oh yeah. Here, we can do this, what you currently have, and cut the price in half.
There you go. Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're going to jack you up. They're going to, after 12, they say after 12 months or not, but.
Yeah. Between 12 months and a year, or 2 years.
Yeah. No, see when I'll believe when I see it, kind of thing. But yeah, no. You go with your stuff, and I'll get back to Apple TV here in a minute, because I watch some good stuff on Apple TV.
All right. So most of what I've done is read.
Okay. You read some stuff.
So I did the Transformers IDW Collection Volume 2.
Okay.
It's about, 10 books.
Oh, not bad.
I just loved what they've done with Transformers. They've given the backstory to the Civil War. Okay. So a lot of what we're doing, like early Earth stuff, and then they do a lot of one-shots. They give you backgrounds on individual side characters.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
how intimidating? Because your collection of Transformers is growing exponentially. Like, it seems like you got a lot of their stuff.
I've read a lot of it. I've only got the first 2 Ultimate collections.
So you went in library with us and got stuff that way? Okay,
kind of.
So how many years worth of books are you talking about?
Oh, it's probably 15 years worth of books.
See, intimidating. It is. We'll start from the beginning. So yeah, I don't know.
But it helps that Will's still really into Transformers, and he one day just randomly grabbed the first one and started reading it. I'm like, well, I'll read the second one, and then we can talk about them.
There you go. Okay, cool.
So, I already mentioned Death of the Family and Ice Cream Man. Detective Comics. That first arc was awesome. But they put the team together.
Is this Rebirth?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
So no spoilers.
Okay. The gist of it is, though, Batman wants to train all the sidekicks.
Gotcha.
So he uses Batwoman as their military leader.
Yeah.
So very, very cool, unique story.
Cool. And Tynion's writing that one from the get.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so the team is Red Robin, Spoiler, Orphan, who was Batgirl, Clayface, and then Batwoman.
Cool.
Yeah. And then Batman's in and out.
And throwing Clayface in there is what's the weird part. But I'm on board. I'll see where we go with it.
It makes sense.
Okay.
And then I read Supreme Powers Volume 1, which I have not read since it initially came out, and I just read the first 6 issues and never went past it.
Okay, yeah.
Madeline read that too because she loves the DC characters.
Mm-hmm.
She really enjoyed seeing Marvel's version of those characters and how they changed.
Because Hyperion is amazing in that. I love Hyperion.
Yes.
I love that whole military aspect to it and all that stuff. Yeah, I remember that story very well. Because that was Straczynski, right?
Yes. I look forward to her getting older and then me handing her the boys.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Someday that'd be fun. Yep.
Yeah.
So anything else did you read?
No, I'm in the process of reading the first Discworld book by Terry Pratchett. He would collaborate with Neil Gaiman a lot.
Okay.
It's a fantasy. They live on it's a giant disc that's like their planet, which is carried by 4 elephants on a turtle shell.
Kind of like Stephen King with his giant turtle in it.
Yeah.
So it sounds like, yeah. Okay. All right. Well,
it's very interesting, though.
See where we go with it.
Yeah. But I'm like, it's a big fantasy thing. I've always wanted to read it, so I'm like, I'll grab the first book. And I start reading into it. There's 40 books. I'm going to stick with the main story. I'll read 4 books and then maybe see from there. Okay. And then the other thing I'm reading is an oral history of Star Wars, where it's all interviews with people that worked on the movies.
Okay. So actual set designers or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because right now they're talking about doing the special effects for Episode 4.
All right,
where they were building the models and using the track cameras to do all the Death Star stuff.
Which is all actually pretty...
revolutionary at the time.
At the time, yeah, correct. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to get at. So, yeah. Cool.
So, yeah, that's it. Oh, and I'm reading To Kill a Mockingbird while I'm at the gym.
Are you reading it or are you listening to it?
I'm reading it.
Reading it? Okay.
Yeah. When I'm doing cardio.
Gotcha. Okay. You're able to do that? You can keep your eyes focused on one spot? Okay,
yeah.
See. Ugh, that just made me... I couldn't do that.
I was supposed to read in ninth grade and I never did.
Never read the book
Never
before.
read it.
Yeah, I've read it a couple times.
I've read parts of it just so I could pass what I was doing, but...
Yeah. Okay. It's an amazing book. Amazing book.
I found that I've gone back and I've really enjoyed these books I was supposed to read in school and didn't.
Yeah. No, and then, of course, you've seen the movie, I'm assuming, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we watched it in class.
Yeah. Your kids see the movie yet?
No, they haven't.
They're old enough.
I think I'm going to have them read the book first.
Yeah, they should. Because now, my first exposure to it was I didn't read it myself.
Yeah.
I was so young. I've read the book. I have been read the book once, and I've read it twice myself.
Yeah.
Because that's what my mom used to do. There was no TV. It was, we're going to read you classics. And so that was one of the books she read to us. And I probably Will's age, to be honest with you. I was the youngest. And so they try to catch it while the girls were still old enough to be able to have mom read to them kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, no, it's great. Because she read... that's how I got read Tom Sawyer. She read Huckleberry Finn to us, stuff like that. So I got read classics all those ways. But yeah, no, To Kill a Mockingbird. That's something I'm surprised they haven't tried to make a new movie out of, kind of modernize it. Which they did the play. Aaron Sorkin wrote the play out on Broadway with Jeff Daniels as Atticus. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not a New York guy by any means. New York scares the crap out of me. It's just too big. It's too active. It's just too much going on. I would never be able to do that. But if there was one time in my life where I was like, man, I kind of wish I was living in a big city and I can see stuff like that.
Yeah.
Big, huge actors like him doing something on a stage.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a drama guy. I'm not a theater going guy. I'm really not. But for that's one I was like, man, I wish I could have seen that on stage because I thought that'd be pretty darn awesome to see. But I'm wondering if they'll put on like a streaming service or a DVD or something like that. Maybe they recorded his performance and be able to watch it that way.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
It'd be pretty cool, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll go traveling someday and they'll just have no names, I guess.
Yeah.
Because when Hamilton travels, like Hamilton's here in I know it's on Disney Plus, the original whatever it was that was recorded. I have no interest in Hamilton, but apparently it's the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
Have you seen it? Do you
I haven't seen
it?
I'd watch it.
Really? Okay.
But I haven't gone on my way to do it.
And so I just have no interest in something like that. But if a thing like that came through, I think I'd actually try to class it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But who knows? So, all right. So To Kill a Mockingbird. Good for you. Look at you being well-read.
Yeah.
Well-read. Civilized, sir. Civilized, if I may.
I come off that way every once in a while.
It surprised some folks, hey? So, I finished Squid Game.
Okay.
I think we talked.
Yeah.
Did we talk about it last episode?
No, we talked on Sunday.
On Sundays when we talked about it. Okay. About the old man
Yeah.
That's the biggest twist, was the old man at the end.
Yeah.
And then they set up for a sequel. I hated that, to be honest with you. It needed to be done. It was a one-time story. And he didn't. Done.
The guy that created it, I don't think wanted to do the sequel.
But it was so successful.
Yeah, but Netflix kind of forced the hand. That's why I'm glad Damon Lindelof said, I'm not doing a second Watchmen.
And that's it, right?
Yeah.
Did that end well? Did he?
Oh, it ended very well.
And no sequel set,
nope.
nothing, so that maybe someone else could come along? Okay.
Yeah, someone could.
Okay. But better not to, I guess.
Yeah.
So Em had me watch a movie with her for a family movie night kind of thing.
Yeah.
Journey to Mystery Island. Have you ever heard of that one?
Sounds familiar.
I couldn't make it through. It was one of the Rock's first movies. It's one of his very first. He had hair in it, I think. That's how old this thing was, if I remember.
Did he have 2 kids with him?
Yes. No.
Okay. No, that's
one kid. He had one kid, but they met up with what's her name from High School Musical? The girl was in it with her. And then trying to remember the old guy that was in it. It's not memorable enough to me. The Rock was enjoyable in it for the most part. Okay?
Yeah,
he really was. He was enjoyable, but and they tried to make it fun. They actually tried to make it kind of like National Treasure, like a fun, adventure film like that. But it just wasn't for me. It just wasn't. Kids movies are hard like that.
Yeah,
they really, really are. Because she tried to. I don't know what was the next kid movie, the one Turning Red or whatever. She tried to get me to watch that. I just no thanks. This wasn't for me.
I don't remember what that one is.
This is Pixar.
Oh yeah, the new Pixar one.
Yeah, just no. I have no interest in that one. And then the other one was Shark Boy and Lava Girl. She had me watch that. So, I get why 90s kids liked it.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't hold up. It's horrible. Like
it's Robert Rodriguez.
Yes. And it's bad.
And they made a sequel on Netflix.
Oh, I know. They did. And I don't know if she found it or not yet. I'm going to tell her about it. I've been keeping
it's okay. Our kids liked
it.
Yeah.
Okay. But did you ever see the original one?
Yeah.
It's not good, dude. It's not good. So, yeah, no, that was one. Not happy to report on that one. I would not recommend that one for your family. Not for family movie night. How about that?
We're going to have to go through The Rock's
filmography at some point. I need to watch more, though. I got blind spots.
The one I was thinking of was Race to Witch Mountain.
No, I've not seen that one yet. I do not. I think that's on Disney, though, if I remember correctly.
I think so, too. Yeah, it's a Disney movie.
Okay. The one I want to talk about...
was it Journey to the Mystery Island?
Yeah.
That's a sequel to the Brendan Fraser.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, because it had stuff about Jules Verne and Robert Louis Stevenson. All those books were in this movie. So I didn't know it was a sequel. I had no idea. No clue. I just thought it was a Rock movie. Like when he started. Yeah. Like, he was doing the Tooth Fairy and doing this and trying to do more family-friendly movies, stuff like that. So, this one I want to talk about because we both seen this one. I wanted to make sure I got to this one was the Tony Hawk documentary.
Yes.
Until the Wheels Come Off, I think was the official title of it. An amazing documentary.
It is.
HBO outdid themselves with this one. And
they did. There's a lot in it that's rehashed that I'd seen in other documentaries before.
Yeah.
But like the stuff with his dad.
Well, it wasn't that bad. I think I felt bad for the relationship because I think it was a dad struggling to find a way to connect with their son. And I can relate to that. Yeah. Because my son and I don't have the most in common, but we try. Yeah. We both try for each other. He's not super into sports, but he knows it's a passion of mine that I'm not into it as much as I was at one point in life. Not at all, really, to be honest with you, way back in the day. But it's just I tell him, hey, it's just something I enjoy. That's something we can do together, and just watch and go do it. So he tries that. So I can understand the dad's standpoint of the kids into skating. I'll try to be into skateboarding too somehow, just to be able to relate to this kid somehow. Because like Tony Hawk said himself, he was lanky, he was not coordinated as a younger kid, so baseball wasn't his thing. All the normal kid sports that all kids do. Yeah. But then he finds this, and he finds his passion. Boy, did he find his passion! That guy was into skating. That guy,
he still is
50 years old and still doing the stuff he does. And I don't know if it was a clip for the movie or anything like that, where he broke a rib or something like that. Yeah. Well,
was that practicing for the 900?
Might have been. I was like, what made the documentary the best was the kids saw me watching it. Yeah, and it wasn't inappropriate. There's nothing inappropriate about it at all. And I go, yeah, you can watch this if you want. But they're like, Emmy's like, this is boring because it wasn't a kids movie. So she left. But Katie sat down with me and watched. She's like, she was into it. She's like, this is interesting stuff to learn. Because what she found more interesting about it was, I was like, she thought it was interesting that I lived through a lot of that. Yeah. Because I go, when he did the ESPN thing, when he's doing, I was like, I was watching that when that happened. the X Games. I was like, I was naming some of the guys. I was like, these are guys he skated with. And she's like, it was skating like really popular. I was like, Katie, skateboarding was the most popular when I was a kid. It really was. I was like, street hockey was super popular. Skateboarding, X Games, rollerblading. They had roller I was like, the ramps they had there. I was like, you don't understand. There's guys on rollerblades doing some crazy stuff. Guys on bikes. The BMX biking scene was huge. So she was interested in learning about all that, and she's like, "You really saw like all the things we were saying." She's like, "You watched that?" Because it looks so old. The footage is grainy looking. It's not high definition, and so she's like, "It's hard to see." And I was like, "That's what we used to watch." And then Jen came home late, and she's like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Tony." She's like, and then she got captured because she's like bringing up memories for her because she watched it with me. Yeah. Everybody watched all this stuff on TV, and the kids were, and then Brody came out, and I was like, they were captured by the fact that Mom and Dad had lived through something. Yeah. Because sometimes when you watch documentaries, we didn't live through that. It's some other world. I was like, this is something we could all relate to. It was a culture too. Skate culture was a big thing. And Jen was talking about the fashion of the day, and how there were skateboard kids and the hairs and all. It was crazy. It was enjoyable.
That's where your Vans tennis shoes came from.
Exactly. And so it turned into a family experience. Is what it did. So I love the documentary. And I talked to the kids about how this guy's successful. It's about perseverance, passion. Yeah. And when you're passionate about something, turn it into something that can be like this. But I also was like, but now look, he wasn't famous right off the bat. He failed a lot. He falls. He hurts himself.
He almost quit at one point
because he got boring. He was ostracized for being too good. That was something that was fascinating about it. He was ostracized for being too good at what he does. Yeah, that was fascinating.
And a lot got blamed on his dad.
But basically saying, "Oh, the only reason why you're getting good scores."
Nepotism.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. But no, we all knew this guy was the best of the best. Yeah. And then we talked about the video game, and me and Jen talked. I was like, we both played it, and the kids were looking at the old video game, and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't look so great. But I was like, you guys have no clue how big that video game was. And then when he talked about getting the check for like $25 million for it, I was like, because they sold so many copies of that game. Because even if you didn't skateboard, everyone's played that game. And if you didn't play the game, you were at a house or at a party where people played that game or something like that. You had an experience with it one way or another.
And you could hear that music now and people would be like, oh, that was from the Tony Hawk game.
So, super awesome. I think it's rough, though. He just... I don't know about his relationship with his family, though. Is so great, No, it seems like they're kind of splintered a little bit, but he's trying harder now or something like that. I don't... I feel sorry for him that way.
Yeah, because later on it talked about, like, at least with his wives, the issues that were there. Yeah. And how he's trying to, like, reconcile with kids.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. And it doesn't seem like any of the kids got the skating bug, though, or anything like that. Like, we're not going to see... LeBron's got his kid or something like that. We're not going to see Tony Hawk Jr. There's no Tony Hawk Jr. coming up.
Or Vlad Jr.
Vlad Jr., something like that. So, but... What a captivating documentary. I'm glad you recommended it. I saw it and I was like, you know what? I got time. It's appropriate. It's something I got to have on around the kids. Yep. Boom. Loved it. One of the best things I watched since I've been the previous time we met. Yeah. I went on a Sam Jackson kick. Okay. Because apparently Netflix got all the Sam Jackson movies on at the same time. Nice. I only watched two, though. Yeah. I watched two. The first one I'll talk about because I just want to get your opinion on it. It's The Negotiator. I'm pretty sure you've seen The Negotiator.
Oh, yeah. I saw it in theaters.
So... I've seen it. I've watched it tons of times. Yeah. So I'm watching it, but of course it has Kevin Spacey in it. Yep. I felt guilty about watching it because I was like, "Can we watch Kevin Spacey movies anymore?" Like, but because Seven's one of my favorite movies ever. Like, yeah. I'm talking about top 5 all time. Seven's one of my favorite.
And Usual Suspects.
Exactly. And that's a movie I want to show my kids someday because it's a film that's just who doesn't like Usual Suspects? Yeah. But the greatest twist ever, right? Yeah. That no one saw coming at all, right? Yeah. So if someday I want to watch it, can they watch that? Can we show this? Can you separate the artist from the man? Saying the man did something bad in his personal life. Because, okay, you enjoy doing stuff off the clock. That doesn't have any impact of what you do on the clock. Yeah. So can you separate the artist that's doing something on film, this is his work, versus his personal life was horrible? Can you do that? Can you enjoy a Kevin Spacey movie anymore? Or should we just say, no, his movies are banned, never watch anything ever again? It makes it uncomfortable because you know who he was or who he really is, and he's not a great person.
It's uncomfortable, but think about this. People still listen to Michael Jackson music.
He had a video game. Yeah. Like one of those Wii video games, yeah.
So, I mean...
Can you separate...
People are going to pick and choose.
Yeah. Because I love The Negotiator. It's a great movie. It really is. I think it's one of his best movies. To be honest with you.
It's a really good
about
movie.
Sam Jackson, not Kevin Spacey. I love Sam Jackson in that movie. It's just, I don't know why I watched it. I just saw it and I clicked on it.
It's the same thing with I'm going to go through all the Superman movies. Mm-hmm. Well, do you skip Superman Returns? I mean, other than the fact that it's a bad movie.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
But at the time, you're like, Kevin Spacey's Lex Luthor? That sounds amazing.
The fun part about going through older movies like that is you get to see people like, I've seen this guy in everything. Like the side characters, like some of the smaller guys that are in the movie. Like, I've seen these guys in all these other little things, and bit parts in here and there. It's just like, it's just a good movie. It's really good. And the other one that I don't think you've ever seen, I want to recommend it though.
Okay.
The Cleaner. Have you ever seen The Cleaner?
No, I haven't.
Came out in 2006, so it's an older one at this point. Sam Jackson. He's a crime scene cleaner. He used to be a cop, but he just couldn't. He just didn't want to hack, or he just didn't want to be that anymore.
Yeah.
So he becomes a crime scene cleaner, and all he does.
I don't even remember this one.
I don't know if it ever hit theaters. I really don't. But it's a good movie. It's actually really good.
Directed by Rennie Harlan, Ed Harris.
Yep.
Eva Menendez, Luis Guzman. It's got.
And this is Ed Harris before Pollock and all of it. I don't think Ed Harris has been in a great movie since The Rock, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But maybe you'll mention one. Maybe I'll have to. But I mean, that's my favorite Ed Harris movie. That's my favorite Ed Harris movie is The Rock, to be honest, because he's incredible in that movie.
Apollo 13.
Great in that. But was that post Rock?
No, it wasn't.
See, okay.
All right. He was in Westworld.
Oh, he is in what? Oh, that's okay. How about? But that's TV show, so I'm still safe.
Yeah, because he's in Geostorm. That sucked. In Dubious Battle, I don't even recognize a lot of these movies he did. Yeah. He was in Planes, Fire, and Rescue.
See, I'm telling you, dude.
Gravity. Gravity wasn't bad. That was
I know Sandra Bullock movie or George Clooney. Yeah.
People didn't like it though because it didn't have a lot of dialogue in it.
Okay.
Kind of like 2001: A Space Odyssey. That's what it really felt like, and I like those for what they are.
Okay.
He was in Pain and Gain with The Rock and Mark Wahlberg.
Never saw it, so I can.
It's an underrated movie.
Really? That's funny.
Because it's based on a true story.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll check it out. If it's on a streaming service, I'll try to catch it.
It's about some guys with like dealing steroids at gyms.
Nice. Okay.
It's got Anthony Mackie too.
Nice.
One of his early roles.
Okay. Before or after Papa Doc though. Well, that was his name, right? Papa Doc. In so. 8 Mile, I can't remember.
Yeah, it was after that.
Okay.
There's not a lot of good here.
See, I'm telling you.
He was the voice in Call of Duty Black Ops.
Nice. He does good. He would be good for doing a lot of voice acting, I think.
He was in National Treasure 2.
No, I like National Treasure 1.
I did. Yeah, I like the first one too. He was in A History of Violence.
He is in that. He's the Russian gangster, if I remember correctly. Yeah. That's not really his movie, though. To be honest with you.
Radio with Cuba Gooding Jr.
He's the coach. Yeah.
Yep.
That's not great. That's
okay. A Beautiful Mind. Russell Crowe.
Still not better than because he's the FBI agent in that one. Yeah. Still not better than The Rock.
Enemy at the Gates. He was in that.
Still not better than The Rock. Yeah. Not gonna win that one.
Stepmom.
Jesus. God.
Truman Show. He was Christoph.
It's true. The director.
That's a really good one. And he was in Absolute Power. It came out before The Rock. Or after The Rock.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah. I thought it was a good movie.
Decent filmography for him, right? So, but yeah, I'm going to recommend you watch it. Definitely recommend that one, The Cleaner. Because it's a quick watch.
He was in the Stand miniseries.
I don't remember that.
He was a general.
Okay. Yeah, but you like The Stand. Didn't you read that?
I read it.
It's the longest book ever, though, right?
It's up there.
Yeah, right. See, I've tried starting it once, and I was like, too long. I can't do this.
I got through it on the first try.
Really? No, yeah. I had to try again.
I enjoyed it.
Next one I watched was Ophelia. Ophelia is with Daisy Ridley, and it's basically a retelling of the Hamlet story.
Okay.
Only if you're feeling snooty for some reason would I recommend. If you want to be like, I watch film. I don't watch movies. I watch film. Is what I watch. It's okay.
It's not a movie. It's high art.
Thank you. And so it's okay.
Yeah.
I feel bad I didn't watch the Denzel Hamlet instead of this was just on Netflix. I threw it on because I don't know, she looked cute in it. So I was like, okay, I'll watch this for a minute. And it was interesting retelling of the story from a different perspective.
Yeah.
It really was. Because it made me rethink about the Hamlet story a lot. And I read Hamlet in high school, and it's a great play and all that stuff. But it's just like, it made me want to watch the Denzel version. All this movie made me watch the Denzel one. Is all I want to do. So, let's see. Got a couple more here. Let's see. Which one do I want to go to? I'll mention I watched because I'm unapologetic about the Halloween Rob Zombie version. It was on Netflix. That's why it was just background while I was working late at night. Okay, this one I'll talk about. John Wayne Gacy Netflix show.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I haven't.
It's not as good as the Ted Bundy stuff.
Yeah.
What made the Ted Bundy tapes, like the actual documentary, really enjoyable was they did the companion movie at the same exact time with Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Because he was incredible.
Yeah.
Did you watch either one of those?
I didn't know.
You've got to do a concurrent viewing of it. Like, watch the documentary and then watch that, or vice versa. Either way, it'll be enjoyable. Actually, I might even recommend watching the Zac Efron one first.
Yeah.
Super fun. And I guess Netflix is like, hey, something with serial killers. Let's get that in. Yeah. Because I didn't know enough about John Wayne Gacy. Everyone knows the name, and like he's the basis of characters that have been in horror movies and stuff like that. It's a horrific story. This guy was a predator amongst predators, and the fact that they were trying to get him off on the insanity plea, where his defense attorneys were like, he would never get out, ever. But I was like, well, he's not in prison. Yeah. And if this guy ever got out, even his defense attorneys were saying, if he ever got it, he would do this again. Yeah. And I was like, then why are you... I know you have your constitutional duty to defend this gentleman, if you could call him that. He's not. He's a monster. This dude was a monster. I didn't know anything about the story. Yeah. What made it really scary, not in a horror movie sense, what made it scary is how it was real. Yeah. It happened. Yeah. Your neighbor could have been this guy. And I was like, how are you living next to this guy? He buried, Jay, 34 bodies on his property. How can you be a neighbor and not... I'm always on the lookout about what's going... If something's going on across the street, I'm knowing what's going on across my street. I'm that neighbor. I'm not like...
Well, if he's very good about taking the sod out.
Jay, the smell alone. You'd think you'd smell something while you're out.
You would have to dig down pretty far to bury that smell.
I don't know. I don't know how he got away. I don't know how these neighbors... And then... It's not. It's a true story, so I can't spoil it, right? They demolished the house, and according to demolishing the house, because they were trying to look in the walls, to see if there's more bodies in the walls. And I was like, they're like, well, we technically have to rebuild this house because we did this, and they're like, no. The city just said, no, we're not rebuilding this house. This guy's never getting out of prison, dude. No.
At least Jeffrey Dahmer had the decency to put him in the freezer.
He didn't need to bury him. He was eating all. Well, I guess there's still the bones. Sorry, practicality. But it's an enthralling thing to watch because I don't know why. It's a train wreck, maybe kind of. It's so scary and real that you're just like, it has to be happening somewhere still. But people are getting away with it because once our last serial killer that we kind of really know about is Dahmer, right?
I think so.
Who else would you name? And that was 1990s, right? Mid-90s, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, there was this sniper in D.C. that was killing people for a while, but that's a little bit different because it's not like he's out in the open doing it and getting away.
Yeah, exactly. It's worth a watch. A background. I'm working. This could be on the background. I kind of hear it like it's a podcast. Yeah, what it really is. And the people they interview are enthralling. They really are. The story is it's unbelievable that it happened, and it just did. It's reality. So let me get through 3 more things, and the one I'll save the very best for last. Okay. What I'll do. I watched Vacation Friends because you recommended it. Yeah. I didn't laugh out loud as much as I wanted to. Yeah. But John Cena is so enjoyable in that movie.
He is.
So I'm jumping on this John Cena train with you, I think. I'm not all the way on. I'm keeping a foot off. Yeah. Ready to jump off if I need. I'm on the trolley. I'm not on a train. I'm on a John Cena trolley. Ready to hop off that trolley at any moment. Yeah. But he was so enjoyable. We need to learn that guy's name that he's in it with. Because he was in Free Guy.
Yes.
We need to learn his name because that guy is super enjoyable. He's got to be a stand-up comic or something. He's just he's super funny. Yeah. I just didn't laugh out loud as much as I wanted to, but there's parts where I obviously did.
Lil Ray Howery.
It had a It had an Office moment. It had a Michael Scott moment when he. It's not a spoiler for you, but when he confesses about the night when they all.
Yes.
And he's thinking it's his baby.
Yeah.
It was so cringy, and
it was.
I couldn't. I fast forwarded. Yeah, I couldn't do it. It was Michael Scott. I couldn't do it. I fast forwarded. I was so uncomfortable. I was so damn uncomfortable. I had to go right through it.
But it wasn't his baby.
No, it wasn't his baby. It was like because the jump in the water jump started his balls again or something like that. I don't know how to explain it other than that. So, but yeah, no, good recommendation.
Yeah,
it was good. I would never wanted to pay money to see that in the movie theater, but it's a great streaming comedy. That's the best way to watch comedy these days. I don't think we're gonna have movie theater comedies anymore. Do you think?
Not straight comedies like that.
I mean, because like the 40-Year-Old Virgin, that's a laugh out loud. Everyone's gonna laugh at that movie. Knocked Up, or name a big comedy that's made a lot of money. Like there's something about Mary that made all the money when it came out. I don't know if we're gonna get those movies anymore, to be honest with you.
I don't think so, because I think everyone's looking for the experience now, like the Marvel movie.
Correct. Yeah. So, but we'll see. But that was a great streaming comedy. I like that one a lot. I rewatched some of the Chappelle stand-ups. I rewatched those just because I was on a Chappelle kick. He's just operating on a different level. That guy, he's the George Carlin of our day. Yeah. He is. Social commentary. Yeah. On top of being hilarious. So no need to go too deep on those. So watch two more things. Mm-hmm. Finch. It is on Apple TV.
Yep.
It was the Tom
I want to watch
movie.
it.
God bless Tom Hanks for being a national treasure.
Yeah.
If he didn't get nominated for Best Actor, I don't know if he did. I don't know if this qualified for the one that we just went by. I guess
I don't think so.
I don't know if it qualified or if it didn't go a theater play or whatever. I don't know if that's still a rule they have or whatever.
Well, no, I don't
know. I don't know if he would have won Best Actor. Because who won Best Actor this year? How about we look that up?
I have no clue. I was pulling it up. It's a 2021 movie, so it should have qualified last year.
So I'm gonna imagine he didn't get nominated for any reason, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. So here's the problem with that. He should have been at the very least nominated, if not win Best Actor.
It did not get nominated for any Academy Awards. But it did get a nomination from the St. Louis Film Critic Association for Best Visual Effects.
You want to hear a little minor spoiler?
Sure.
Guess where it takes place?
St. Louis?
Takes place in St. Louis. That's where it starts. It was awesome because the scene, one of the first scenes you see in it, I'm looking at it, and only I would have caught this because I watched it with Jen too. Yeah. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, that's a blue shirt. That's a fucking blue shirt. Yeah. And all of a sudden he takes off the jacket he's wearing. Full I was like, let's get some, because it looked like the Ozzy Osbourne one. Yeah. That's what it looked like.
That's exactly what I thought of when you said it.
Yeah, it looked exactly like the Ozzy Osbourne blue shirt, and I was like, oh man, that's so cool. So, but
we might knock it out this weekend.
What do you mean we might knock it out?
Watch it.
Oh, Finch. Okay, watch. I'm sorry, I was lost on what you were saying there. So, the voice actor of the robot. I'm not spoiling anything because the main thing is it's him and a robot. Okay. Yeah. The voice actor for the robot was incredible. So fun, so good, so funny. He's he played Banshee. Yeah. He's played Banshee in X-Men.
Caleb Landry Jones.
Yeah. Guys, incredible job. Jay, this is such a good movie. It is really good. You're going to if you don't like it, we won't be friends anymore. No,
I've seen the previews. I really want to see it.
Yeah, it's sci-fi a little bit, but not really. Yeah. It's just a human experience. Tom Hanks is just so good. Yeah. That guy.
Good enough to bump one of the movies off your Mount Rushmore?
I know. Oh, man. I like this. Jen compared a little bit to The Martian, is what she did. And I was like, I see the comparison. But goddamn Tom Hanks.
Because it's a lot of him by himself, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, but with the robot.
Yeah. The robot and the dog.
There is. I don't want to spoil it. I want to watch it. Watch it, and then let's talk about it again. Yeah. And I really want to hear your opinion about the whole movie. Yeah. We'll do a deeper dive on the movie. Okay. Watch it. God, so good. Okay, and then the very last movie I watched. Yeah. So we can wrap up this podcast. Was Coda. CODA. Yeah. It won Best Picture. Yeah. Okay. This should have won Best Picture, Best Script, Best Actress, Best Actor, Best Everything. Yeah. It won Best Picture for a great reason, because it truly was one of the best movies I've seen in a very long time. Like, this is because CODA stands, it's an acronym.
Yeah.
It's for Child of Deaf Adult.
Yep.
I do know that the dad won Best Supporting Actor.
Yes.
Along with winning Best Picture, right? I thought Chris Ward won Best Picture.
Yeah. And it's got Marley Malden in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay.
3 Oscars.
Oh, my God.
Best Picture, Best Performance by an Actor in a Supporting Role, and Best Adapted Screenplay.
The dad was so good. Jay,
I've heard a lot of good stuff about this.
This movie, it's when a Best Picture wins, like you're like, yes. A lot of times we see something wins Best Picture, we're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
No. Apple TV.
Shakespeare in Love.
I like Shakespeare in Love, but it should not have won.
No,
we both agree. We both agree. But it's actually a really good movie.
Yeah, it is.
But my God, it was so good. And it's just, you watch a movie that wins Best Picture, and you're like, yep, it definitely deserved it. I'm so glad it won. The writing was incredible. This actress, whoever she is, she's a talent. I hope she gets a lot more roles.
Kid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the daughter, the main
Amelia Jones.
Whoever she is.
She was Kinsey in Lock and Key.
Okay, but I haven't seen that yet. So, but main character, I'm guessing is that who she
Have
is?
you read the book?
Nope.
Okay.
Not yet.
Yeah, she's one of the 3 Locke kids.
Gotcha. Okay. So, but again, if you watch it, because maybe do a double feature of Apple TV this weekend.
Yeah.
Watch those 2 movies, and we can dive into a lot more. Okay. I don't want to discuss it too much, other than being a dad.
Yeah.
There's going to be a scene that just makes you go. I didn't bawl. Yeah. I didn't do the 1 tear thing, but my eyes were watery. They were definitely watery, and it just, especially being a dad of daughters.
Yeah.
It's going to just. It's like a fist going into your chest.
I hate when you do this to me.
But this is not a depressing movie. Yeah. This is Apple TV is the production company that brings you Ted Lasso. Yeah. This movie is almost Ted Lasso-ish. Okay. Where it just makes you feel good. It really does. There's a fall in it, but the rise is just it's just delicious. Yeah. Delicious ride. It was such a good movie. That's a film. That's not a movie. Yes. That's a film. It's a great.
That's high art.
This is the good stuff, though. This is stuff that is rewatchable. Yeah. And the best part about it was my niece. She's in school right now. She's going to be. I call her an ear doctor. She's going to be the doctor where you see on the videos where the kid hears for the first time. That's what she's going to be. And I go, have you watched this movie? She said, no, I haven't watched it yet. I was like, but this is. I told her. This makes me so proud of the profession you're going into. Yeah. Because she's going to have to learn how to do sign language. She's going to have to be able to speak like that. And this is a huge part of the movie was that. And I'm just like, I was like, it just was so good. Oh,
you tell her to focus on that instead of trivia.
Right? Exactly.
She doesn't help us on trivia.
Right. So, yeah, so I gave you some recommendations. Okay. I think I'd watch Finch first, because I think you're going to like that. But Coda is a movie that if any of you, if you can get Aaron to watch it with you, or any of the kids to watch, it's super appropriate. Nothing. Okay. It shouldn't. I'm trying to remember if there's anything sex related. I don't think there is.
I'll look back on IMDb. It's pretty good about telling you.
I think it's super okay to watch, to be honest with you. Yeah. So, but God, I was so glad I was able to watch that, and I really want to make that recommendation to you. So if you were on the fence, I didn't know if you were on the fence about it or just weren't sure, maybe I'll get to it when I get to it. Yeah. Well, put up the list if you can. That's all I'll say. That's all I got for you, man.
That's all I got, too.
All right. Till next time. See you.
Thanks for listening. You can find us on our website, Nyrdcast.com. It's Nyrdcast. You can also find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube by searching @Nyrdcast. This week's song is Kingdom of One by Tiger 84.